In a new slur aimed at the Democratic rival's mental capacity, Donald Trump has demanded drug tests before the first presidential debate. After weeks of attempting to sow doubt over former vice president's state of mind, Trump stepped up his jibes, saying that he was willing to take a drug test at the event, provided Biden did the same. The comments come only days before the live face-off in Ohio. For the first presidential debates and a fiercely contested November 3rd election.
That's why I made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, as well as my tenure as vice president. For example, the Paycheck Protection Act. 1% of the money's gone out. 1%. 1% of the that's not the paycheck. The bill for small businesses. Mainstream lending. 1%'s gone out.
The president's attacks without any evidence are designed to paint the former vice president as being unfit for office. When asked about Trump's drug testing demands at a news conference in Ohio, Joe Biden laughed off and said,
He's almost... No, I have no comment.
However, the Biden campaign unloaded on Trump, saying that the president apparently believed that the best case for his re-election could be made in urine. The deputy campaign manager of Joe Biden, Kate Bedingfield, gave an interview to Politico where she said that we would expect nothing less from Donald Trump, who pissed away the chance to protect the lives of 200,000 Americans. Later this month, the 45th President of the United States had accused the Vice President of taking performance-enhancing drugs. In an interview to Fox News, Donald Trump shredded his political niceties and suggested, again without any evidence, Joe Biden is taking something that gives him clarity.
I think there's probably, possibly drugs involved. That's what I hear. I mean, there's possibly drugs. I don't know how you can go from being so bad where you can't even get out a sentence. I mean, you saw some of those debates with the large number of people on the stage. He was, I used to say, how is it possible that he can even go forward? And he only won because Elizabeth Warren didn't drop out. Had she dropped out, Bernie would have won Super Tuesday every state, and you would have had Bernie instead of Biden.
The former businessman has often cited Biden's penchant for gaffes, which some believe to be linked to the Democrats' lifelong struggle with stuttering and also his reluctance to face unscripted questioning from reporters.
There's nothing they can ask me that I won't give them a proper answer to. Some people will like it, some people won't like it.
I agree with that.
But look,
you answer the questions.
Let Biden sit through an interview like this. He'll be on the ground crying for mommy. He'll say, Mommy, please take me home.
Well, we've asked him for an interview, sir.
He can't do an interview. He's incompetent.
And on the other side, Trump takes questions from reporters almost daily, but is known for his own frequently garbled and baffling statements. Surprisingly, this is not the first time that Donald Trump has demanded a drug test of his opponents. Days ahead of his 2016 presidential debate, Trump had accused his rival Hillary Clinton of taking drugs and had demanded to be tested before the debates.
No, a lot of things are going on, folks. A lot of things. I think she's actually getting pumped up. If you want to know the truth, she's getting pumped up. You understand? In fact, we're going to be talking about that in a few minutes.
Mocking the former First Lady and Secretary of State of taking performance-enhancing drugs. Given the current edge in the polls and the bombshell report on President's tax avoidance, Joe Biden and his campaign team has picked up the opportunity to unleash a series of attacks on social media. The latest financial reports of Donald Trump and Hunter Biden have brought contentious new issues into the already fired-up presidential campaign. With the upcoming stretch of debates, the election campaigns seem to have slid from faith and fairness to wealth and taxes.
The middle class built this country, and unions built the middle class.